Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of Let's Talk. Holy crap, I just finished Mass Effect, and yesterday you guys saw a video that was very hard for me to edit because, for those guys, in my defense, the reason why I got emotional towards the end of it was because, honestly, it's like a weird thing with me where when I have even less sleep than my already not great sleep I have, for whatever reason I get emotional. I get like, not emotional so much as I'm very like, brittle. Like usually I'm just stone-faced dead when it comes to emotions. I'm like, yeah, got it. Huh. That's shitty. But when I'm tired, like when I'm really tired to the point where it's just like my brain's not even working, all the defenses are down, so then it just takes one little flick to just make me upset. Not even upset, just be like teary-eyed or whatever. It also doesn't help that I had to edit that, so of course I had to see just the way it happens, and God help me, is nobody a pretty crier. It's just, I didn't fucking bawl either. I don't want to make it seem like that is it, but you get it. It's a bunch of shit. Not really. But anyways, regardless guys, in this video we're going to be talking to comments. We're replying to comments, apologies. But yeah, also, the reason why I look a bit sweaty and disheveled is I just came from beating Mass Effect. Really quickly, I think that game has a lot of things wrong with it, but it has one of the best endings in a game I've experienced in like the last 4 years. It is just everything matters and it all comes together and it all matters and it's just good. It matters without them being like, oh, someone fucking dies. It's like, well, yeah, no. It's like everything comes together because you worked for that to come to fruition. Anyways, regardless, let's jump into some comments. Now, for those guys who do not remember how this works, I just jump into the comments and just see what people say, and I reply to them. I try to give you exactly what they said, and then I just reply. And yeah, so we're going to be going back a fair bit. We're going to be going back to the most recent video that has a decent amount of views, which is the Let It Die video, which was the Wandering Shop, which I'll be completely honest, was less of like a video and more me being like, I gotta upload fucking Let It Die. But also the information was kind of good, except a lot of you guys I seen on my phone it pop up were mentioning that in that video I said that the Wandering Shop resets every day, which I thought that's how it worked, but no, it resets every hour, which makes farming for metals actually fairly doable. I didn't think that was the case, but if it is, that's awesome. Anyways, now again, I'm just gonna be picking comments at random, something that gives me something to chat about, etc. Wow, okay, in that video, the part 2052 of Let It Die, a very kind person, Nico, I can't see the names because then I'll have to say all the names and God help me, am I gonna butcher all of them? Anyways, a person says, I don't want to say the things because they're compliments, but he basically gives me a compliment about the fact that I should have a little bit more than I do in terms of subscribers. Appreciate it, it's not needed, but thank you. And says that he enjoys the idea that I what do you call it? I don't just do a little clip and let it die. I do a longer video so that everyone can see what they need to see. And he likes the personality in the videos, and seeing my videos always puts him in the mood to play Let It Die. That is immensely kind. I appreciate you to no end. For what it's worth, I'm not just saying those because they're like nice comments. I'm saying that because someone has the time to say something nice about me. I don't want to just be like, whatever. I want to be like, thank you. Like, that means a lot that you'd even do that. Anyways, another person says on the Let It Die video, what do y'all think about adding a new weapon effect in game? Like flame, electric, etc. I think they should add a decaying effect to lower your weapon's attack power more and more, the longer you are affected. I'm not sure, like, that idea sounds fine, but to me, I'm not sure what effect I would want, you know what I mean? To me, the one thing that I want in Let It Die, having a new effect would be cool, maybe water or something, or healing, like lifesteal weapon, I don't know, like maybe a gun, I don't know. But what I do know is the one thing I really want in Let It Die is, and I hope the next Charger has it or something, I really want brass fucking knuckles. And I'm talking like a two-handed weapon where you put on these gloves and you have this, it starts off as just shitty brass knuckles, but then actually gets made into like these huge fucking gauntlets. And I would really love if it has the same idea as you, like when you use rage, it just amplifies the speed of the weapon. So to me, I want brass knuckles that do okay damage, nothing insane, maybe like the same damage as the knife, the tiny dagger switchblade that turns into the combat knife, that. has the same damage as that, except it's just your fists, the same animations, except maybe a little bit sped up, just because in order to actually compete with other weapons, you need to have sometimes a little bit more than a very light jab, etc. But I think it'd be really cool is the same as the fire baton. When you activate a rage move, all it does is it powers up the gauntlets or the brass knuckles so that you can do even more damage for like a window period of time. But then again, the rage move for the gauntlets are also pretty good, where it's just like you just throw a punch and knock someone on their ass. AI usually just counters it and gets back up, but anyways, not the point. But yeah, the bonuses to it, again, since it's not like a high damage weapon or whatever, I would love if it had like, the only gimmick I'd want on it is for it to decay a lot less than other things. Like for it to have a huge bar, because to me that makes sense. You know, if you play with a sword, the sword's gonna get dull, it's whatever. But when you play with a basically just steel wrapped around your fists, I think it'd be okay. And I think it'd be awesome if the more you upgrade it, the more it just became like just literally a steel hand. That'd be awesome. And to me, that's the one thing I really like, because I used to constantly, I would just use my fist at like 20 and down. That's the only weapon I would use, and it worked out, and I miss those days. So to have like a little bit of an amped up version of your fist that just maybe punch faster, I would love that. And for an ultra hit, I'm not sure if I want it to be exactly like the fist, because I really want the Let It Die to have like a faster combat. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever get that, where it's like you have like a sidestep dodge opposed to like haul ass across the map roll dodge. I'd rather have just like a sidestep to where if you perfectly time it, you can do better. Anyways, because I end up doing that anyway with just sprinting and running back to the target, and you're basically doing a dodge, but not really. It's a lot more work. Anyways, moving on. I'm not sure what element I would like. Maybe ice. Ice. Yeah, obviously ice. Yeah, we got plenty of people on the video telling me amazing things, like the fact that it refreshes once per day. I appreciate you, and I apologize for the misinformation. Everyone's amazing in the comments. They're just exceptionally kind in the Let It Die things. Thank you so much. I don't want to repeat them because I don't want to be that guy who's just repeating compliments, but I appreciate all of you. Oh, I had the live stream one. I uploaded the live stream in full quality because I felt like it was not the worst. I felt like it was something there. Also, we talked about a lot of anime, so yeah. You guys seem to like it. Awesome. Okay, so here's the last Let's Talk. This is usually what we go over first, just because it's kind of, it's like, I don't know how to put it. It's the most like interactive thing possible. So typically the comments there are meant for like me, something I can actually reply to, opposed to a video that's specifically about the game. So it's like why would I answer it in that game opposed to like a Let's Talk? Yeah, a lot of people are getting mad at my brother because he cut my face open. It's healed. I heal pretty fast. It's on the side of my face. And yes, he has, like I said, coke nails. But I appreciate you for being like, hey, you shouldn't be cutting your face. I appreciate it. Okay. Can you please play Friday the 13th, Rainbow Six Siege, or other games? By the way, I love this channel. Been here since 6K. Thank you. Appreciate that you've been here for that long. First of all, Friday the 13th is not terrifying, but it's enough to fuck with my head, in which I don't want to do it. Also, it's getting to the point where it's pretty saturated. Also, I think it's kind of broken, dude. I see people play Jason, and you can only really do it. Like, it's got this weird skill cap where if you have a competent team that's like communicating, etc., you're golden. You can actually fuck with Jason and just win. If you don't, you're fucked. Jason's gonna just stomp on your skull every 10 seconds. Nah, man. Nah, not for me. Also, Rainbow Six Siege, it's a different type of game. I wouldn't mind playing it, but at this point, it's kind of like died down, so I wouldn't want to jump on it. As of other games, Destiny's coming out soon, which is a very like gunner-focused game, I suppose, as well as what do you call it? Fortnite. And those are the games I see potential in when it comes to covering them, because I feel like I can cover them in a specific way. Whereas when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege or even Friday the 13th, I don't see what I could add to those games besides just me just being like, woo! You know what I mean? Like, there's places where I fit in my personality and etc., and those games can be it, but ultimately I don't think fit perfectly. But yeah, someone says Logan sunk too many hours into Mass Effect to stop the series. Yep. Yep. I don't think we'll be continuing For Honor. We will be continuing for Horizon Zero Dawn, but that may be like way after Destiny and Fortnite both come out and I've covered them. Because I did promise stuff in Horizon Zero Dawn and I want to deliver that, but it just may take a fucking long time for me to keep my word, which I wish it wasn't like that, but yeah. Oh, you guys want to know some shit? In Let It Die, you could die once in the tower and you'd get 1 free revive. Apparently that was an event. That wasn't like permanent. They're taking it out of the game in like a couple weeks. What? What? F you, basically. Alright, so these comments are from the Let It Die Charger event thing we made with the drill guy. Why couldn't they have released it as a full game? Instead of all the free-to-play or pay-to-win, lol, I haven't bought it. Oh wow, I didn't even know that. Okay, so someone was commenting about blunt answer, they didn't get the funding, and the Grasshopper headquarters is going all in on Suda's new game for the Switch, meaning this is a side project. Oh really? I had no idea that was the case. I'm taking your words at face value. So apparently, dang man. Yeah, because honestly, like if Let It Die wasn't free to play and etc., I usually think free to plays are free to play because it's a good business model. Like it's despite how much you hate it, there's a lot of people that like the idea that, hey, I spend some money that I work hard for and I get powered up. Fuck yeah, I got 3 hours a day. My argument is, dude, you're not buying what matters. You're buying death metals. You're not buying materials, which is what you're gonna need. Also, you're not buying spilithium, which is also what you're gonna need. Anyways, there's arguments everywhere, but that's kind of neat. I wonder what the Switch game is. Jack Frost, yes, they reduced the salvage cost. When you died at the 40th floor, plus you had to pay 450,000 kill coins before. Now it's 250k. Yada yada yada, which means it isn't all too bad. I think it's pretty fucking bad. I think that's pretty fucking bad. Again, to me, there's no point unless the risk is worth the reward. It's not. It's like saying the risk is worth the reward, but you gotta play this fucked up balancing system 8 times. For what? To get a machete that's going to do more damage, but ultimately is gonna bust, and you're gonna have to farm even more to get kill coins in order to buy those weapons? It's a system that, to me, I see what's going on, and I don't like what it's going. I'm a person that perceives what's gonna happen before it happens, which is my downfall, but also it helps me see this shit, where it's just like, I can see the loop, and the loop is endless, and the time sink is fucking ridiculous. So I'm gonna keep playing it, but I'm just not gonna play that aspect of it, because again, the risk is not worth the reward for me at all. Oh, I spelled the charges wrong? Oh shit. Well, it's too late now. It's been there for like fucking 2 weeks. Fuck. Okay, cool. So the drill weapon does have a long, like a jump attack. Awesome, a lunge attack. More than the butterfly knife, really. And it does more damage. Holy shit. So it's kind of like the butterfly knife, how it can do that jump and step back. Awesome. Frost, I think you're expecting them to somehow make the game easier when you know for a fact that will make the game die quicker. You say more. There are reasons why they keep the progression strenuous, because as content is easier to go through and obtain, the more people will cry for greater and meatier content, which the resources can't provide. I respect you, because you didn't use any mean language, and that's more than half the internet can say, but I wholeheartedly disagree. I think Let It Die, if I'm not mistaken, has around 2 million players. 10k beat the game. That's not how difficulty works. Difficulty doesn't like set you in thing. To me, it's not necessarily the grind that's killing the game, it's the unforgiving nature of the game, because most people, when they die and they're like, okay, in order for me to play this game again, I have to grind 10 hours just to be able to get my fighter back because he's died up topside because some bullshit instant kill thing killed me, which is not in your, like, there's certain rules that people follow when playing games. Like, for instance, in Overwatch, there's a character called Mei that freezes you in place. This is like rule 1 of multiplayer: never take away power from your player, because then they blame the game and then they walk away. To me, it's the game. I'm fine with it being difficult. I'm not fine with it being unforgiving. The fact that when you die, you completely lose like 4 hours. Any sane human being is going to walk away. Go play Destiny, go play Mass Effect, go play Fortnite, that's also going to be free to play. Go play all the other amazing games coming out right now. Go play Paladins, where it's not so brutally unforgiving. To me, it's not that, what did you say? Making the game easier. To me, it's there's a balance between hard and unforgiving. Big balance. Dark Souls is the epitome of difficult, hard. When you fight a boss, it's all about knowing the way he works, dodging at the perfect times, realizing there's combo strings happening and how to wait for them to end and then jump in. Let It Die has some of these, but even Dark Souls, when you die, you get all of your Estus flasks, I can't say the word right, but you get them back. Boom, awesome, amazing. When you die in Let It Die, you get told that you have to spend 4 hours or something stupid of grinding to get enough money to buy back your character. This will make any sane player walk away. The difficulty does not stick to the player. It may stick like 5% of the people that actually play this game on the actual game. There's a reason why games that are free to play and do exceptionally well don't do it like this, is because it's a very broken system, because the negative is nowhere near the positive. I get the resource grind, I get that. I'd be fine if I had to dedicate a ton of time to grinding resources. I'm not in love with the fact that it costs that much to buy back your fighter, so that I'm so terrified to even progress that I don't want to anymore. I don't even want to go to the red chest anymore, because I know if I die there, if I so happen to get shit on by the dude who's wielding 2 sabers and all this other bullshit. And beforehand, there were like these balancing acts that could help you through those levels, like invincibility shrooms, which they've taken out of the game. Like, it has nothing to do with progression for me when none of the player base is playing your content because no one wants to, because it is so unforgiving. It's like you're saying that I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just trying to like trying to get out my point. I really hope it doesn't come across as me throwing shit at you. And to me, again, difficulty is progression, and there's a reason why. I think, God, I would love to see stats, because to me, stats would tell a lot of the things that I think I already know, which is, and I'm just a humble person. I have no fucking idea if this is actually how it is, so again, take this with a grain of salt. I shouldn't have to say, in my opinion, every time I speak. Hopefully you guys know it's coming from my mouth. It's my opinion. Anyways. Again, the idea that difficulty and it's you say if they made the game easier, people would go through it quicker. I don't think that's the progression system at all. I think at this point currently, there's so many people that don't even want to put up with the difficulty and just walk away. And for whatever reason, they've chosen to monetize deaths, which when you get up topside, it falls apart, because when you get past the 30th floor, the only real way you would die is if your armor breaks. And at that point, there's no point in reviving yourself again, because you're gonna get one shot again, like, and even when you're going to the lower floors, you're still gonna get unbelievably one shot. Like, people just don't want to put up with it. There's a level of shit that people can take, and a lot of people won't. And again, I don't think a game that is difficult should be free to play. I don't think that should be the draw that makes the game free to play, because almost everyone's gonna be like, nope, nope. And again, I don't think that the difficulty is slowing down the progression. I think it's stopping it, outright stopping it, and making players walk the heck away. And I've seen that from like every single comment on my videos are people like, I don't even play this game anymore, but I like the game, I like its look, and that's why I'm watching your videos, is because I think the game's cool, but I just can't put up with this anymore. And those are people that are not paying for any of the microtransactions anymore. To me, again, just to say that the difficulty of the game has to be there just because progression is happening too quickly, I think progression isn't even happening. I think for a lot of people, you get to a point where you're feeling comfortable, and then you get to a point where you're trying just to get something, and then you get to a point where you realize everything's against you and there's no point. Unless you just love difficult games, which if that's the case, then the game's absolutely for you. Those games don't do that well, from my understanding. Even Dark Souls has moments of like, you can breathe, and it allows you to regroup and allows you to be like, I'm gonna take that thing on again. Not, oh, I can't wait to go to a floor range and have a hunter or a hater one-shot me with his damn ranged weapon. It, like, the shit like that gets in the way. But again, I didn't mean to like word vomit all over you. It was just meant to get across my opinion on the model of the game, and how that I don't think that difficulty it slows down progression. I think it's stopping a lot of people from continuing to play the game. And again, it'd be different if like every other game, endgame was fun, endgame was lax, endgame was just sit back, grind, have a good time, come home from work, take a beer, whatever the fuck. It's not. Endgame is, guess what? Get ready to get hit harder, and get ready for it to come out of nowhere. And some people like that. Other people, I don't think do. Yeah. Anyways, on the same video, someone says, makes sense. The hazmat suit would resist harmful status effects. I'm curious what its final form looks like though. Ain't that the case with all the armor though, man? I want to see what everything looks like, just so I know what I'm getting into before I get it. I would love if someone just took a compilement of all the screenshots of their leveled up armor and just threw it on like a forum or something, and then we could just look through all of it, because I would love that shit. Yeah, and stuff like this. A person just says, bro, I just got kicked offline and had to buy back my character. They should bring back 0 salvage cost until fixed. You should complain. Wink. I don't think I have any control over it, because I've been saying stuff like this since day one, and it hasn't Changed. And I've been simultaneously been like, there's certain things that I definitely think would work with your game. Like, again, if and this is a whole thing, and this is to the point where I'm not sure, this might just speed up progression, is if you took away the complete disregard for dying. That may accelerate things too much. But let's picture a perfect world. Let's picture a world where Let It Die is you get 0 salvage cost, so you don't have to pay back. You don't have to pay back for your fighters. Well, what the hell do you monetize at that point? I think you monetize resources. That's what I would do. And I'm not a fucking game designer. I don't know anything. But to me, that's the one problem I find that I'm farming constantly. And it's the one thing that people don't want to do. And people who are like, dude, I've been playing this game, Let It Die. I want you to come in and get it. See if you can take down this boss, the next Forceman that they're releasing. And then the dude's like, I'm not sure if I can really get into it. He's like, just play the couple first levels and see how you do. And then he plays the first levels, loves it, plays it for a week, gets ready for the Forceman. He's like, damn it, I'm not ready yet. Well, shit, I can just buy some, metal packs and just accelerate my progress that much faster, and I can actually play and beat these bosses. Hell yeah. Because to me, the game just keeps becoming more and more polarizing to so many people. Yeah. Anyway, I'm on the floor 23. I always die. I can't pass that. Can't find mushrooms to be invisible, and can't find the black metal. Yeah, the 23rd floor is to me exactly where the game stopped becoming my favorite thing. Because at that point I loved it. It was a challenging thing. It was not overtly challenging. You could get by on just being somewhat skilled at the game. Like, you didn't need a plus tier weapon. You could just get by with your fists. But as soon as you get to this point is where every enemy starts having tons of armor, and they start having weapons that are also, they're like a grade above you, so they have more health and damage than you. And it starts boiling down to that. And then you're fought with Goddo 9, I think it is, who is like the biggest jump to boss difficulty I've ever seen in any video game, where it goes to like, oh, you fought Goddo on floor 12? That's adorable. Here's him at 10 floors higher. He's fucking impossible. Enjoy, bitch. And it's just like, what? What? My only suggestion for you, my friend, is to level up one weapon to be strong enough to kill Goddo. And then as soon as you kill him, just start booking it. The one thing you need to master in this game is the ability to run, and juke around people, etc. Anyways, guys, that was the Let It Die video. I wanted to read more, but let's just quickly see what the heck Mass Effect's got. People talking about my Mass Effect decision on saving the Pathfinder Relka, because yeah, she needed to be saved. That's kind of contextual. I'm not sure if I should say that. Someone says, play Let It Die tonight. Only on the weekends is when I'm jumping on live streaming, which I would do. I know this is really off topic, but are you going to play AC Origins on your channel? Probably, but it'll be not, and we'll talk about this probably next week. The way that the channel's going and all those things, which, spoiler alert, it's just gonna be a lot less full Let's Plays and more so just like mission covers, which I hope not a lot of you guys are like, boo, it's bullshit. It's, yeah, oh, this person's lovely. On the last Let's Talk, someone says, tank top, skinny spaghetti arms. This guy's a winner. This guy's the best. For what it's worth, the one thing that I clearly does not grow with me when it comes to working out is my goddamn ankles, and I do leg day every fucking week, and my damn wrists. My wrists are the one thing that doesn't grow because I got my mom's ankles and my mom's wrist. I also got a lot of feminine features on my face apparently, which I hear is not the worst, so you win some, you lose some. I don't know what to tell you. I'm also interested in Fortnite. I haven't looked much into it, because if I do, then once I play it, I might lose interest, but I'll be right there with you. Nice. As far as your streams go on Twitch, I haven't been able to see it and would love to. Do you send time starts? Yeah, I put a video out. Yeah, I always upload a quick video where it's like, hey, I'm streaming, and I do that. I also tweet it out with that same video. So yeah, I do like throw it out into the ether. And yeah, all right, this was the one I was talking about, Patreon. Someone says, too bad about Patreon, but I understand. Do you recommend I cancel my pledge or the pledge? Yes, if you want. Again, to me, it's meant to be there strictly for people that want to support me. That's it. It's not something right now where it can be something. Like it's. I appreciate everything that's there, but it's like $20 or something. Like it's that kind of thing. But even still, I do appreciate it. Like again, I didn't mean to make it come across as that. To me, it's just like in the future, I'm going to be going for Twitch, or at least trying to get to that point, because I feel like it's just a better way to like. Again, I get a directly thank you, opposed to being like. I feel like it's leechy with Patreon, whereas with Twitch, I feel like it's a little bit more earned. I don't know. But if that's what you want, absolutely cancel it. Again, I don't think I deserve anything. But regardless, guys, to end it on a sad note, man, I'm sweating. I still gotta do legs, and I still gotta make a thumbnail for today's video. Fuck. So I'm not even done. I'm gonna be working out late. But I hope the video last yesterday was not overt like too much. Again, I very much wanted to make. I want to start moving into the direction of like videos that I have like every here and there. I have videos like that are very much like personalized. It's me, it's what I went through, it's who you're watching, etc. But then I also want to have videos that are very much like the primary focus of all videos should be, no matter what, it's entertaining. That could be a guide, that could be a video where I'm just fucking around, it could be anything. Ultimately, it should be entertaining. So even with these, it's sometimes not the most entertaining thing to hear a person like, it's fun, the rants are fine, but it's not so fine to be like, this is what I'm going through, you know what I mean? So I would like to section those a little bit, and that's what I'm planning on doing. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't get through more comments. It's amazing. You guys keep commenting more and more lately, and it's awesome. I don't like, again, I'm not saying don't stop because it helps with analytics. I think it kind of does, but I don't really focus on that aspect. To me, it's just nice to know that people interact with my videos more now. Again, there was a time when I was shocked that I got one person replying to the comment section. It was bonkers. But now you guys are just insanity. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Logan and/or Frost. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for writing me comments. I'll be trying to do this more in Let's Talks with the addition of us just talking about whatever. Also, Destiny 2 is coming out. Destiny Beta is coming out very soon, which I should be playing on the PS4. I hate it because I'm probably gonna have to buy that game twice. Bye, guys. Also, you know, the subscribe things.